Hello, everyone. Thank you for participating in this year's art show. There's a few things I want to discuss with you as we prepare to go to spring break. One, please make sure to submit your votes on the computer in advisory class. Take those notes that you did during the gallery walk and submit those before spring break in order for them to count. If you didn't get an opportunity to see everything and you still needed to finish your voting, you have till Friday to get those in. We had over 230 submissions this year, which is super awesome. That means that nearly the whole junior high had something submitted. We had a lot of people taking art classes this year, which is super cool. So thank you again for your participation and your enthusiasm in looking at the art, making the art, and making this year's show wonderful. The last thing I want to discuss is the art installation. There were a few people that were a little confused about some of the different parts. I was hoping to have had better explanations posted. Not that I really expected many people to read, but I'm going to give you some context which will hopefully help you understand the artwork that is being displayed throughout the halls in my room and by the tornado. So first of all, there are obviously a ton of birds in all of the hallways in the bottom floors of each building. Each building has some small birds and some large birds. The theme of the art installation is that there are more good things in this world than there are bad, but that the bad things are distracting and draw our attention more easily than the good things, which is symbolically represented by how large the birds are that have the negative news collaged on top of them, as well as negative subjects. And then the smaller birds are a metaphor for the good things that we have in this world. And that is represented by their size as well as their colorful palette. The tornado continues that theme. So the tornado itself is a metaphor for all of the negative news and negative subject matter that can suck us in and sometimes can weigh really heavy on us. And even if we're careful, sometimes we can let it destroy us or tear us down, which is represented by the birds being ripped and torn as it spirals around and getting sucked into the tornado. Also, the tornado is made out of trash, which is another metaphor for how the news, all of the negative news, is kind of trashy. So all of those things kind of contribute to that theme. And then lastly, if you came into my room, you will have noticed that it was changed into a news control room. The idea was that this was a center for the news to create their articles, and if you read some of the things that were on each of the desks, you would have seen articles that were all positive that were denied, so they weren't interesting enough to be accepted into the regular news. There were ideas of what could possibly be incorporated into the video news segment that were denied because they weren't as interesting. And then on the TV screen, there were cut footage clips of positive news segments, again, because they were positive and not interesting enough to be included into the news. And then there were trash all over the room of the good birds being ignored and neglected because, again, we often treat those as not as interesting. So that is a quick summary of the art installation. Hopefully that can help you appreciate the art installation as you view it throughout the rest of the month, because it will be hanging up for a little bit longer. Thank you so much again for participating, and I hope you enjoyed the art show. Thank you.